Welcome everybody to a very special event under the banner of Be Confidently Wrong, the show in which we confidently say that we are wrong. Except this time we are not wrong. This time we're all going to be right, because this time we are not going to keep track of scores. We are not going to be playing the usual game. It is a special night tonight, because we are going to be the ones to judge and not to be judged for a change. Welcome everybody to Be Confidently Wrong, Best Video Game Music Eliminator! So I'm sure you have questions. I'm here to provide answers to the best of my abilities. But before we do that, let us introduce our judges for tonight. Of course, there is moi, little old me, Madhog, and Masterino. I don't know why I said that. Madhog, Master, I'm sure your preferred host of choice. And of course, I am joined tonight by the usual gang of lunatics that are constantly attached to my tits like parasites. I love them. We have Danton, Stormkeeper.
Hi, I'm Def's best friend.
Hi, Dr. Nick. What do you want me to answer? We have Davar Arkvaran.
Hello, I am here to be judge and to be judged.
No. First elf, not the second. Well, you might be judged for your tastes in music, but we'll see about that. Then, of course, we have Matimali, aka Hedonistic Actor.
Salutations.
And least but not last, I mean, reverse that, Icipal.
Sure. I believe you. Not in you, just you.
Okay. Right, so, using a completely unsuspiciously titled website called Ooh-Woo-Foo-Foo, I have taken about 32 of what I think personally are the best tracks that were featured in our game show throughout the year and a few months in which it has been alive. And I have made a single elimination tournament in which we pit all of those tracks against each other and we determine which one is the best.
Okay.
So that's why we needed to be 5 tonight. Because
Mortal Kombat!
It is Mortal Kombat, but with the tracks that we played for this show. And you will see some familiar tunes, personal indulgences. You will see also some tracks that I have taken from your own selections on occasion, and so on and so forth. There will be varied levels of music, and we are going to listen to them and judge them all and determine which one is the top one in Be Confidently Wrong. I have not decided the order in which the tracks are going to appear. That is entirely up to the algorithm, so we might see some interesting matchups and also some very nonsensical ones. So we have 32 tracks, and we have to get down to one. There will be several rounds, so let's get started, shall we?
Yes, let's.
I
Okay.
choose the manager.
And here we go.
You do?
Alright, so we have fumbled upon technical issues instantly. The guys could not hear the music on their hands. So after a bit of fumbling and stumbling about, we have decided to do it like this. Davar is screen sharing, which means he's going to have to play this game and be the disc jockey as it happens. And I'm going to record the Discord window that's screen sharing this, and also the audio. Please, oh God, please help us all.
Yeah, help us all indeed.
So anyway, we are on round 1 of this bracket, and we are pitting together two very interesting choices. Same Old Story from the Cassette Beasts soundtrack, which, as you know, it's one of my favorite tracks ever, versus a completely different, tonally different track that also happened to be one of my favorite ones. Let's listen to Same Old Story first. The bar, if you please.
I will oblige. 30 seconds. Let's go.
Let's go about a minute.
Okay, a minute will be fine.
Raise the volume a little bit. Okay, pause. We can go back to it, but let's listen to the other one still.
Let us listen to Cookie Run Oven Break then.
Okay, lower the volume a little bit. Lower it a bit and let it play out.
Like that?
Put it to 10%. Okay, everybody, do you have any thoughts on the matter? This is the part in which I want to hear your comments. Which one do you prefer? The silly, funny one that makes you happy when you hear it, or the one that prepares you for the fight against God? Which, come to think of it, seems a bit of an unfair comparison, a very random matchup this is, but still, we have to determine a winner. Okay, pause the song.
Else?
Pause. Right, so any thoughts, guys?
Hello?
Yeah, the Simple Story isn't technically better work. I mean, there's a better flow to it. And, yeah.
Icy Paul?
Same Old Story as well. It sounds better to my ear, and the Cookie Run Oven Break is, while nice, it quickly becomes just repeating the same notes over and over again.
Well, it does loop around several times. There is a subtle detail. Every time it loops around, more instruments are added. It's very subtle. You might notice it the first couple of times you hear it. Clearly, the Cookie Run track here is at a disadvantage because Same Old Story is a more complete opus. And it has vocals. What we are doing here is to primarily judge them on their own merits, as in, do you enjoy them more when you listen to them as they are, without being aware of the original context? Or do you need the context to appreciate them more? And if the answer is the former, then we have a winner. And I think Same Old Story is the winner. Danton?
Yes, Cookie Run, it's got that happy sort of tune to it, so it does basically its job, basically, of making you feel basically like it's a happy time and everything. But as you said before, all of you, that Same Old Story just feels a bit more upbeat and basically get you pumped and ready to kick ass and chew bubblegum and whatnot. So
yes.
So my vote goes to Same Old Story too.
Devar, let's listen a little bit more to Same Old Story. Let's listen a little bit more to it as a treat. It's the same old story. Okay, Devar, choose. You see the choose button right below the track of your choice?
Yeah,
Choose.
I do, which is right here.
There it is. Click on it
and right here too.
Yes,
but I will say first on my views of this whole thing is that Cookie Run, very simple tune, and that's all it needs to be, simple. But Same Old Story has got the vibes I vibe with, especially on the idea of it has style and substance, as well as gives the feeling of listening to a pumped up pop rock song that you would listen on to your old style Walkman.
That's pretty much the energy and the vibe it wanted to summon. That's the entirety of the Cassette Beasts soundtrack, which I recommend. There will be a few tracks in this list that are
perhaps
like
the
that.
tracks.
Yes.
Yeah, perhaps tracks should have been like a step or two lower, because it could be here that the singer was approaching the edge of her higher voice register.
Okay, Matti, keep your criticisms in mind, because there will be more rounds after this. Let's go on.
So, let's go on. The winner, Cassette Beats, Same Old Story.
Yes. So next we have... interesting. So we have Paramnesiac, the final boss theme from Pseudo Regalia, which you know I like, and also that one track from Everhood that you might want to not listen using your headphones, because it will render you deaf. So let's begin.
Right then.
Let's begin with a bit of a minute of Pseudo Regalia. Yes, let's go with that.
Let's go with Pseudo Regalia.
Pause. Wait a second, before we begin with Everwood, let me just say my short piece about this piece of music. This is the kind of music that I have learned to appreciate much better when I listen to it on its own. Because the first time I've come across it, I almost didn't hear it because I was too focused dealing with the final boss. So my concentration was elsewhere. So ironically, I think, as much as this track really fits the mood and the tone and the action that is represented in its original context, this ethereal quality to it, this dreamlike aesthetic, if you will, I like it even more when I listen to it on its own, because then I can just vibe to it. And it is a vibe and a half, let me tell you. That's my opinion, at least. Before listening to your opinions, let's go to you are love from the Everwood soundtrack. Guys, get ready. Hold on to your pants. So, everybody, who wins and why? Danton?
Well, clearly it's Everhood. Come on, that piece of music is clearly a masterpiece. I prefer to have like context for scenes personally, but if I were to pick on the merit of the songs themselves, it would be probably Pseudo Regalia's piece.
Okay, valid choice. Matti, what about you?
Yeah, I go with Paramnesiac as well.
I understand that hard-hitting techno beat is not for everybody, so... Okay, fair enough.
I mean, when it comes to light music, I guess I lean more towards techno, but also I'm not a fan of this kind of the screeching techno-like sound.
We call that grunge, Matty.
We call that grunge, Marty. Guess okay, Icy Pal.
Lifts up pinky.
Let's hear your opinion then, Icy Pal.
Oh my god, Devar, are you actually going to go all elitist on the one person here who has any kind of musical talent and deeper understanding? Because that's a very bold move, my friend.
I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, keep in mind, while I am good at music, I'm not exactly a music theorist.
Good at music.
Matti, compared to rest of us, you might as well be the hidden secret god boss.
Well, speak for yourself, Icy Pal. Speaking of Icy Pal, I want your opinion, Icy Pal.
This was much harder than the previous round because, well, first of all, I was with the Pseudo Regalia did not start well for me, not because the track itself was bad, but because this does not sound like a boss theme. This is a...
I wholeheartedly disagree with that assessment, but then again, I've seen it in context, and it worked in context. But then again...
Yeah, that's the thing. Some boss fights require a bit of context to the piece of music as it fits a theme.
But as a piece of music on its own, which one do you prefer?
Well, first of all, Madhog, it's okay to be wrong.
Yes, you are wrong all the time, so I know it's okay.
Yes, but not this time.
Sure.
But as for Everhood, it sounded very nice, but it committed one of the cardinal sins for me when it comes to vocal tracks. Making the vocals nearly impossible to make out of what they are saying.
I'm guessing that Pseudo Regalia is winning this one. Devar, what about you?
Right.
So in the end, my vote goes to Pseudo Regalia, yes.
I figured as much.
I'll say that Everhood really has a nice hard techno beat to it. Though once again, my personal musical bias comes in with Pseudo Regalia because I always eat up just beautiful music like this, which sounds very otherworldly and fantasy-like.
Yes.
Something that you would never hear in a reality. Pseudo Regalia, personally.
All right.
I mean, Devar, this is the time to have our personal biases on right out here in the open.
Indeed.
Of course. That's why I'm put it on the table at least.
Okay, let's listen more to Pseudo Regalia then. Yay! There is an inherent sadness to the proceedings. a feeling of inevitability as the dream is coming to an end and the waking world is next. But we are going out with a bang, let me tell you. So that's Paramnesiac. It wins. The bar, if you please.
I've realized that Sybil from Pseudo-Regal is just a sexy Klonoa.
You realize you have just only now realized that. There is indeed a lot in common between my boy Klonoa and Sybil from Pseudo-Regalia, and this is very much the reason why I gravitate towards that game a little harder than I would otherwise. Let's go.
Let's go with Pseudo-Regalia, everyone.
Yes, baby. Oh! Interesting! Look, Icy Pal! It's your 1 point!
Yes, I see. It was 4 points.
Yes, but you know what I mean. It's this track from Quest 64. It's a very cute little track that I would not expect to win anything. I put it here exclusively because I like a underdog, and it reminds me of that one time in which you managed to guess it right against all odds. It had to be here.
Yeah, it was completely random guess, and I was right.
Absolutely going to lose without a shadow of a doubt, but let's listen to it anyway. Okay, enough of that. Enough.
It definitely screams. My child did a nice, cute recital.
My child is going on an adventure. He's going to capture his first Pokemon. Yay! Look at him go. I am so proud of him. I love this little track. And ironically, it is very, very cute. And cute, and cute, and cute. And now, well, it's going against a heavy hitter, sadly. We're going against
Mary Skelter.
We're going against the Ice Edge from the Mary Skelter finale soundtrack. So, Davar, if you please, the violins are going to be shredded. Okay, yes, I think that's enough. Okay, so this is one of the most unfair matchups imaginable.
Could you play like 20 seconds more of the Quest 64 track?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, good.
It does get better, I have to say. So, I want to try and be fair to Masamichi Amano, the composer for Holy Plains. This is a very adorable, just nice little ditty. It's 32-bit sounding goodness. On the other hand, we have Ice Edge, and the soundtrack for this game, well, They had an entire mini orchestra for it, and they recorded it professionally, proper sound recording studio. There are about 1 million people listed as musicians, artists, and conductors for the soundtrack of the Mary Skelter finale, and it's like Bambi going against Godzilla, really. But we do love an underdog, and I would like to hear your opinion. Of course, to me, Ice Edge is the winner. No questions asked, but I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Davar?
Okay, I want to confess that I do love a good violin piece. Is if you add violins or pan flutes or anything, it's basically adds a lot to my experience.
Davar, if I say Sonata Arctica, you say?
Yeah, Sonata Arctica, Nightwish. You know, I love my bands like that. But yes, but I'm actually going to surprise everyone by voting for Quest 64's Holy Plains because I find it very charming. Sure, it's not as grand or hard as the Mary Skelters. I don't know. I just find it so charming, and I feel bad if I don't vote for it.
Okay, well, can we listen to 20 more seconds of Ice Edge? Because I can see where this is going, and I don't like it. There is an electric guitar or a bass in the background accompanying the violins, I believe. Some percussions. It's a full orchestra. Mostly the violins are shining, and they are on fuego, let me tell you. Danton, who wins and why?
Well, on one side you've got, because I love orchestral pieces. I love basically music with like violins similar to Vivar and instruments that basically they went really hard on this piece, and I can appreciate it. But the other one is even though it's very simplistic and sounds kind of plain, it also is quite charming. In yes, I'm glad you saw it.
Wow, I cannot believe this is happening.
Believe it.
I'm glad it happened.
So I think to honor the fact that Icy Pal basically guessed it, you know, I'm gonna go with Quest 64 Holy Plains.
Okay, Matti.
Yeah, this is a hard, but surprisingly, I also lean towards Holy Plains as well.
Are you kidding me?
I feel that Ice Edge tries too much. The Holy Plane is much more assured of its identity.
Okay, that's one way of describing it. I don't entirely agree, but I will agree that Quest 64 has something of a friendly charm to it. That you just bob your head back and forth, thinking happy thoughts all the time. I get it.
Yeah, I'm not just a fan of the more staccato style of violence.
So, Icy Pal, I'm not even going to ask you what your opinion is. I already know what you're going to vote.
Quest 64 the Holy Plains, it is very soothing and it sounds very like an RPG overworld theme.
Which it is.
Something just...
I will say that it definitely encapsulates, child's first adventure in a bottle so well.
It does.
Yeah,
That's exactly the mood it wants to capture.
Fitting.
And once again, I have to give credit to Amano, because with this little track absolutely encapsulates the feeling of a child going on his first adventure, and you manage to figure that out even without playing the game. And this gives this track a bit of an edge, an ice edge, if you will. Now, I will say this, Ice Edge is the musician's choice of music. Quest 64 is the gamer's choice of music. Let's go with that.
Well, but my vote is still going to go to Mary's Skelter Finale because that violin is on fucking fire.
It definitely is.
Okay.
I agree, it's on fire.
This is the type of music I want to hear as I watch my wife who carved through an armies of mooks.
Okay, that's great.
This also reminds me very much of Hiroyuki Sawano's work, so that is always a plus. This is my jam.
It is
Yeah.
very jammy. Unfortunately, it's 3-on-2, and the Quest 64 passes.
Yes, I shall choose Quest 64.
Okay.
Yay!
How will Madhog ever get over this shock?
Oh, I know. Oh, look what's here. Okay, now wait, hold on. Let's not go to that one first. Let's listen to the one Undertale track before that, because I
don't even have to listen to. I remember it from the memory.
I have a lot.
Okey-dokey.
I have a lot more to say about the town inside me.
Brum, 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 brum.
Let's just
Let's listen from the beginning, please. This is
we shall.
Battle Against a True Hero by Toby Fox.
Oh, the piano.
Listen to the fake violins. Ah, key change. Okay, that's enough of that. Nobody does boss tracks like Toby Fox. I know that every single piece of music in Undertale has been memed to hell and back. That's why I went with this track for our game show, because of all the tracks, I think it is the least memed to death and back, and it is fairly underrated. It tends to be overshadowed by because it's happening during the No Mercy route. But I think it's the superior music. After listening to it enough times, I've come to really appreciate Battle Against a True Hero. What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, never mind. I don't want to hear what you think about it now, because we have to listen to the other song.
Yeah, I was going to say the other song we need to listen to first.
Yes.
So,
the very
this is The Town Inside Me from Guilty Gear Strive.
Inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame. I moved on by my own will. I had nothing else I wanted to do. Was it hard? But I didn't hate it. I did not even like it. I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though.
There is a part of this song I want to get to. It's important.
For sure. I never wanted to run away. I was very motivated. Then what is this feeling? Who would I ask? I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. I taste like vegetables I don't like.
Okay, you can stop. So this is, by all intents and purposes, Bridget's coming out song. Very, very explicitly that. I mean, I would say
Yeah.
you have to read between the lines, but the lines are written in crayons, so it's very easy to guess. There is this line about the vegetables, something about her tastes like vegetables she doesn't like, that hits me like a ton of bricks every time I hear it. Not just because it is a commentary on her experienced dysphoria, but also because it fits the character so well. That's how she would express the discomfort that she's going through. The Town Inside Me is a legitimately good song. Even outside of the video game or its context, it's just a beautifully written song that speaks to the uncertainty of existing as you are and as you choose to be. But I want
It
to
is very
hear
beautiful.
I want to hear you guys. I want to hear your opinions on the matter. Which track wins and why? Davar?
Oh, this is a tough one because both are really good character songs, essentially. Because
They
one's
are,
more
aren't
boss
they?
theme, because one's more a boss theme that exemplifies the character, while the other one is ingrained in the character's
Oh, that's a beautiful way of putting
personality.
it.
Yeah. So, and honestly, I've loved Bridget since day one, since she was introduced into Guilty Gear, and I always thought her story was like really resonated with me. You know, the journey, and it all makes sense. And but it's a very difficult choice for me, honestly.
Go
I
with
think
your
I have
heart.
to. I think I'm definitely gonna go with The Town Inside Me, just because. It's just because I'm biased towards Bridget, because she is wonderful character, and the song really exemplifies her character as a
Yes.
whole.
I am never going to play Guilty Gear, but I do appreciate Bridget existing. Happy Pride, everybody. Danton.
Well, to start off, The Town Inside Me, because I like Guilty Gear music, it's because its general style vibes with my tastes in general. Undertale's music is also basically very good. Toby Fox does a very good job in making the tracks fit the scene, the context in which they happen.
Yes, but if you were to listen, if you were to decide which one is better, not based on the context at all, but based on the moment that you hear it, you would go with The Town Inside Me.
Shockingly, probably not, because I'd probably go with the Battle Against the True Hero.
Oh!
It's not that. It's not there's anything wrong with Bridget's theme. I like Bridget as a character. I like Guilty Gear in general, but I'm gonna go with Battle Against the True Hero.
Oh, plot twist! Top 10 anime betrayals, Tabar. Okay.
I expected this.
Okay, this is getting spicy. Matti, I would like your expert opinion as a composer. He's pondering.
Tough one. Battle Against a True Hero, it has more variation, though in The Town Inside Me has this kind of an more
story.
soothing instrumental choices. So, yeah, I guess I go with Town Inside Me with this one.
Alright, Icipal.
Yeah, it started a bit iffy, but it managed to pick up the pace when it moved on.
Okay. Icipal.
There was some this kind of okay.
Okay, Icipal!
My vote is going to go to Battle Against the True Hero because The Town Inside Me, very nice, very chill, very nice to listen to, but to me it doesn't really scream of a personal song from a fighting game, and it's a bit too quiet and slow for me, even though it fits what it's trying to tell very well.
Okay.
Whereas Battle Against the True Hero, I really like the the style of it, and especially that rising and increasing in tempo of beginning, this very sad and melancholic, as if the battle that is about to happen is something that should not be happening. The upcoming battle itself should be something that is unnecessary.
I get it, and I like your analysis, but once again, I am trying to judge these tracks on their own terms without there being an association with the games, which is hard to separate when you actually have played the games. I have not played Guilty Gear when I have come across this song. I just liked the song as it is. And I like the song because it has a meaning and a story, and it tells you the story of this character and what she's going through. And I like that, again, as its own art piece. But yes, that's the reason why I have to go with The Town Inside Me instead of Undertale, which breaks my heart, really. I wish it was anything else I was judging right now, but I have to go with The Town Inside Me. And by the way, I want to say that this is the first time in which we needed a tiebreaker, because it was 2-2 and I was the tiebreaker, but here we go. Town Inside Me, Devar, Mr. Devar, if you please.
Oh,
Yes, The Town Inside Me.
Oh, I thought you were part of the judges.
We're all judges. Oh my gosh! Speaking of excellent boss tracks, this is legitimately going to be the hardest decision you will ever make in your entire life.
You mean until the next round?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
Let's take a listen to both of these tracks
Yes,
then.
let's begin with the boss battle track for the Majima encounter in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Lyrics! Okay, pause. We can come back to it, because the peculiarity of both of these tracks is that they don't exactly loop back traditionally. In fact, the track from Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth in particular doesn't ever loop back. But so these tracks have multiple parts, multiple movements, multiple segments, so to speak, multiple leitmotifs. If you happen to have forgotten how this track begins, you're about to be reminded. Devar, if you please.
Last cyber attack.
And now it starts. Okay, Devar, do me a favor.
Yep.
Do me a favor, skip ahead to minute 2 of this track, please. Huh? Okay, and now skip a couple of minutes ahead, please.
Okay, on, let's see, minute 3 or minute 4?
Minute 4. So, at this point, you might have realized that this track has not looped back once. It just keeps on going, as if to mock your simple-minded understanding of what a boss battle music is. I am not joking when I say that Last Cyber Attack from Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, specifically, is a top contender for best final boss track of all time. I'm not joking when I say that. But on the other hand, you have the absolute no slouch that is Receive You, the hyperactive. Devar, let's go back to that one, please. Let's go back to...
Okay.
Let's get to minute 3rd. Yes.
Okay, 3 minutes, so... Oh, here we are. We're out of here.
Okay. That should be enough. So, I understand your job is going to be rather difficult this time around, but I want to hear who wins and why. Devar.
It's very easy for me, actually.
It is?
Yes. I'm actually going to go with Last Cyber Attack Digimon Story, because of the reason of it's a really wonderful, beautiful symphony that just keeps on going and going, and
never stops.
And it never stops. Exemplifies the importance and seriousness of a boss battle, as well as... Plus, it has bloody chanting in it.
It does.
And atmospherics.
So,
meanwhile, Yakuza Like a Dragon Receive You, the hyperactive. It sadly for me, it suffers from the same thing that I have a problem with all the Yakuza games' musics, and it basically doesn't pop as much as I think it should. And it always feels like background music that will fade in the background as you're in the fight,
I have never disagreed
in the moment.
I have never disagreed more with a sentence being spoken by a human being as of right now. But I respect your opinion. So, Danton, what do you think?
Well, Yakuza Like a Dragon's track Receive You is it's very blood pumping in its techno beats and whatnot, and it's hard hitting notes. But Last Cyber Attack is just it just sounds so
complete.
It's almost like it's in stages itself, whereas basically with Yakuza Like a Dragon's track, it's like it stays mostly the same. So because of the variety and how good it's been done, Last Cyber Attack is going to be my choice.
The absolute gall of Last Cyber Attack, of starting with O Fortuna and then doing everything else. Unbelievable. Matti, your opinion?
Yeah, this is easy for me. Receive You, the hyperactive, is a clear winner for me.
Oh.
It has the assured of its identity of this attitude fillet blasting. And Last Cyber Attack, first of all, come up with your own stuff, okay? But if you must use some classical music as your beginning, at least maintain a cohesive style with it. This kind of a sudden slash to this kind of rock strumming is a bit tacky. Don't diss my boy Carl Orff like that.
Calm down.
He just threw napalm on that track.
I knew having Matti on board was a good idea. Okay, I like
My
your
God.
opinion. Okay, I've seen very valid arguments pro and con both of these tracks. Icipal, I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter.
My vote too goes to Receive You, the Hyperactive, because quite a lot of what Matti said, that it is a track with very much attitude. It knows what it is and in what kind of game it is. It has this very upbeat and sunny, so to speak, style that really speaks the style of game it's representing. Whereas Last Cyber Attack, really good, but it really hurts it really shoots itself in the foot, so to speak, with having that classical everyone knows this piece start, because while it would probably look and sound much more epic if you were actually seeing the gameplay of what was happening, but on its
Not really,
own,
I can
it's
assure
just-
you.
It's just so it's a very bad at its job then.
Well, the game is
so it's,
mediocre. The
the-
game is mediocre at best as a JRPG, but the soundtrack really carries it. Okay,
Then
so
it kind of fails there as well, because it just gives you that this again, instead of doing completely its own thing.
okay, so this is the most heated we've been tonight, and I love to hear it. So it's 2 votes for Last Cyber Attack and 2 votes for Receive You, the Hyperactive. Okay.
So this is how the Britain versus Finland war started.
I've heard your opinions and I have heard your thoughts, and very valid arguments on both sides, and so it's up to me to be the tiebreaker as always. This is actually a very difficult choice for me because I love these tracks for very different reasons. Cybersleuth just kidnaps my soul into its operatic grandeur, so to speak, and it never lets go of said soul. On the other hand, Receive You, the Hyperactive is a fantastic remix of an already existing theme. And because it's not as original as the other one, I think it loses a point for me, but that's really a moot argument when the remix itself is so good. And this is not even the last good remix we're going to get tonight. Hint, hint, foreshadowing. But really, I must give my vote to Last Cyber Attack. Not for any special reason, but because... Go back to the second minute, Devar! It's because of this part! With the guitars and the percussions, and it's going crazy! Okay, I'm sorry, you're not beating this one as a pure operatic masterclass. Even if you've never played this game, you listen to this track and you think, oh, this is a boss battle track. Capital B boss battle track. I cannot confuse it with anything else. It has to be this one. I'm sorry, it was very close for me, but I have to go with Last Cyber Attack. Also, I like Digimon. Bye! Okay, Devar, let's go on.
And we're on to the next round.
There was never a more different style at play here. So, as you can see, I had to include that one song from Blue Dragon that Matti was also generous to do a cappella version for it,
Yes.
if you recall. This is going to be the original track, and we're going to keep that one for last. First, let us refresh our memory with We All Lived Together from the game Warframe. Let us all refresh our memory. There you go. Skip ahead a little bit, the bar.
We are making peace to build.
There we go.
Making peace to build our future. Strong, united, working till we fall. And we're all left. And we're all adrift
together. SpongeBob. Together. So that's We All Live Together. And, well, I think the song really speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But now we listen to This Is the Beginning. Go, go, go! Yeah! Woo!
Hope to spare in your mind. Without you, I'm free now. Seeking out what you can find. Staring down eternity. A light shining on my
Keep going.
heart. Memory of forgotten love. Rays burning through the clouds. Down from the sky.
Up above! This is the beginning.
Here's where it all gets started under the sky above. This is the beginning. Here's where it all gets started. Learn what you learn to love.
Okay, stop. So you might have noticed by now that I tried to go out of my way to give all the proper credits for the tracks on display. And
yeah, that's...
when it comes to Eternity from the Blue Dragon OST, I noted Nobuo Uematsu was the composer, Hironobu Sakaguchi wrote the lyrics, and then we have the guy from Deep Purple? Yes.
Yeah, that was brought up during the episode where this aired as well.
I know, but that's why I needed to keep the joke going, because it's a situation.
I take it they are popular.
You know, we've had this exact same conversation last time, and I do not want to reprise it.
No, the previous conversation was about that this Deep Purple is a band, I take.
They were pretty popular in their heyday, but they have not been relevant for 40 years, at least.
Eesh.
I wouldn't know.
Of course. So anyway, I think that the decision this time will come down to personal preference in music, because these are two completely different genre of music, two completely different tones and moods, two very different stories being told, if you will. But let's go in order. We All Live Together is a deeply sad, but also somewhat hopeful ballad about a group of people stuck in an unpleasant situation, in which they have seemingly no escape, and they are trying to make the best of it. There is something fundamentally relatable and melancholic about it, and it's also a very good song. It keeps building and building, it gets getting louder as it goes, getting more and more of itself, as matching the energy of the singers, in which they prop themselves up, trying to grab onto hope as hard as they can. It's very good. And on the other hand, you have "This is the beginning, bow, 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 wow, under the sky above," which is just awesome. Sometimes a song does not need to be deep or meaningful, it just needs to rock. And this rocks so hard. But I would like to hear your opinions, as always. Devar.
Yeah, so like the theme of Warframe with the whole, singing workman as sort of the base for this piece of music. But I can't help but love, the simplicity of Blue Dragon Eternity with the 80s style rock ballad, essentially. It gives that vibe of the 80s to me, and
Early
I just
80s
love
too.
it. Yeah, so I would put my vote to that one.
Okay, Danton?
Well, Blue Dragon, it starts off basically really well. I like the hard rock it goes for, and but as it goes on, with the vocals especially, I find them kind of grating. I feel that basically the track would have been better without the vocals. But that's just my personal preference. While with Warframe, We All Live Together, I could imagine this being in a spaghetti western cowboy movie, and it sounds really good, and really basically speaks to my soul in that the way it feels. And so my vote is to We All Live Together.
We All Live Together would fit in its own musical, and that's because it was explicitly staged as a musical. But yes, Matti. I mean,
Yeah,
you did a cappella cover of this, so I would have to assume you're biased.
No, because my a cappella was also trying to emulate kind of this eternities. I mean, my a cappella cover was kind of a mockery of it, because
Well, I unironically enjoyed it.
yeah. We All Live Together has this nice western vibe to it, and it has this nice story in it, good rhythm and stuff. For me, Eternity is more of a so bad it's good kind of a song.
Wow.
It has, it has zero self-awareness.
But that's what's good about it.
Yeah, these lyrics are utter nonsense. And
That's what's good about them. Okay, consider this. They were English lyrics written by a Japanese man whom I can only assume doesn't speak English very well.
Yeah. And besides, it's badly mixed because often I was unable to hear what the correct lyrics. I think I heard chicken mentioned somewhere, and I'm pretty sure I heard it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We All Live Together gets my vote.
This is the chicken. Aisipal.
We All Live Together. We have this melancholy. On the other end, we have this basically a hyper-energetic, positive anime opening cover.
Basically, yes.
This is Deliver Us from Prince of Egypt going toe-to-toe with We Are Fighting Dreamers from Naruto.
We are fighting eternity! Yes! Yeah, he gets it!
In the end, but in the end, I must give my vote to We All Live Together.
Okay, well...
So 3 against
no,
1
4.
so far.
I think it's 4 against 1. Because I was going to give,
Alright.
I was
Because-
going to give my vote on Eternity, but at this point I'm only doing that because I want to back up the underdog. And it just makes me happy to listen to this track. I don't think it is good in a traditional sense, but it is fun. Capital F fun. I mean, Ian Gillan, at this point in his career, is very much past his prime, so he cannot really deliver the high notes the way he used to. And you can hear that in how his voice is a bit raspy at times. The lyrics are complete baloney, but that's what's funny and fun about them. You enjoy this track because you enjoy over-the-top anime bollocks. And this is the over-the-top anime bollocks track, and I love it because of that. But at the end of the day, if you want to be serious and want to be taken serious as a musical taster, you have to go with the sophisticated tunes, the sophisticated composition, the very professionally made and legitimately good tempo of We All Lived Together. So, again, I want it on record that I am voting for Blue Dragon, Eternity, but Warframe wins here.
Yep, Warframe wins.
Okay, moving on.
Yep, moving on.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay, so hear me out. But
Let's just begin, I say.
yes. Okay, pause. So, during the course of our show, we featured both the original NES version of the Moon theme from DuckTales and the remastered one as well. I picked this one because I prefer it over the original. I know it's blasphemous of me to say, perhaps even blaspheme, dare I say it, but I like this one more, so I chose this one instead.
Of course.
You feel free to disagree, but anyway, let's go to the other one. Start playing. This one takes a little bit to build because it's an end credits sequence song. It takes about a minute to finally get going, but the denouement is absolutely worth it. Hold on. We're getting there. Here we go. Okay, you can stop. So, obviously I am a little bit biased here because Solato Robo Red the Hunter is one of my favorite games of all time. It is also a game that I am fortunate enough to possess physically, because it's exceptionally rare nowadays. The VAR is going to disagree with this, but I am going to say that to me, R.E. Coda is the best end credit song for a video game ever. And I know you're going to disagree with me because you like the one from Final Fantasy IX, the VAR, I know. But to me, this is it. Okay.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I had to wipe my eyes a bit. Oh,
Were you
sorry.
crying?
Yes.
Wow! I am right!
I was moved to tears. I have to vote for Recoda Solito Robo. It's absolutely beautiful piece of music. It's just as soon as let me get her name, Tomoya Mitani sings, it's like hits me straight into the heart and takes me back to days when I would listen to this sort of music back in my university years, and it's just I know it's a classic, DuckTales, especially the remastered version. It's a good update, but I cannot argue with a heartfelt piece of music that just moves me like this.
Hearing you say that, the VAR moves me to tears. But they are...
the heart and Madhogs to blame.
Okay, Danton, what do you think?
This is a hard choice because, like Devar says, the credits is very nice and uplifting and whatnot. Bring in the emotion capacity, like it basically does something. Especially if you were got to the ending screen and you worked hard, your sweat and tears and everything into this game, then I can understand that why this would be everyone's choice. The remastered DuckTales, it's OST is good. Update to the classic versions of the game because they won the Game Boy and everything.
NES as well.
NES as well, of course. This is hard, but I'm gonna go with Recoder as well.
Okay, Matti, I would like your opinion as a musician.
Recoda certainly has a nice melody going on with it, kind of uplifting and stuff. DuckTales Remastered Moon Theme is this kind of a very heroic ongoing, we are approaching the end of our journey, let's do this kind of stuff. And was Solato Roboto released on Nintendo DS, right?
This track, think about it, this track played on the Nintendo DS.
This choice is difficult to me because the Nintendo DS's sound quality is a bit of a downgraded song, but I'm wondering if it's a big enough minus point to turn it to Moon Theme's favor.
I assure you, the compression in the Nintendo DS for this track is barely noticeable. And that's where I heard it the first time, and that's where it really got to me. So yes, but well, the problem with the Nintendo DS isn't really so much its sound chip, because the sound chip for the DS is technically sound, for lack of a better word. It's just that some games are better than others in using the potential, the musical potential of the handheld. And this was definitely on the better side of things. So, do you need a minute to ponder your orb on the matter? Matti?
No, you convinced me. Recoda it is.
I didn't mean to color your opinions, but here we are. Icipal.
Yeah, I kind of said it to if someone wants to give a compelling argument on.
Icipal?
Icipal?
I was just waiting if Matti had anything more to add before it goes again to that you asking me 4 times.
Okay, no, I think he's done this time.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so I also give my vote to Recoda because DuckTales, classic, great, everyone knows, but this Recoda is very beautiful and it gives this feeling of end of a journey piece of music, and Moyo Mitani, very beautiful vocals.
Yes, I agree with everything you said, and guess what? I'm also voting for Ari Koda, which I believe would make this a unanimous decision.
Yes, it's a
everyone's agreed.
landslide. Everyone's agreed. It's Solo Torobo.
Oh, well, what do we have here? Oh, well. I think we have an obvious winner and an obvious loser, but let's humor
Let's
me.
give it a listen anyway.
It's quite the puzzle.
So, of course, I had to include Rage from Phantasmagoria, Puzzle Flesh, because, well, you know. Okay.
And now let's listen to
Okay,
Xenoblade
so
Chronicles.
hold on. Before you begin,
Yes.
so this is the other track in this selection that never really quite loops back. It just keeps on going and going and going for 9 minutes. So we're going to have to split the difference here.
Okay.
Go. Okay. Right, okay, Xenoblade wins. Let's move on. Nothing to see here. Wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay, so here's the deal. When I first featured this track on our show, I had to pick a very specific segment because otherwise we would have been here all night. It's a very long track and it keeps on changing, but that did not give us the opportunity to truly appreciate what goes into the making of this track. The entire soundtrack of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is constantly on fire while it's punching God in the face and destroying the universe. It's going hard all the time, forever. And my gosh, dear God, this track in any other game would have been fine as a final boss tune. This is a recurring encounter track for the Mobius battles. I need you to understand this. This full-on 8-9 minutes operatic symphony, symphonic metal orchestra. Skip ahead 5 minutes, the bar. Skip ahead a couple of more minutes. Do you see? Do you hear? It's different every time! Why? How do they do that? What kind of witchcraft is this?
Do
Okay.
any of these battle encounters even last for 8 minutes?
On average, they tend to last anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how hard the battle is. So they definitely have the time to play the entire track. Oh my gosh. Do I even need to hear your opinions on the matter? Isn't it obvious? I mean,
it's very obvious, but
Well, Phantasmagoria Puzzle Flesh's track is, let's just say it's the sort of music I probably listened to in high school, you know? So,
Me too.
Whereas Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is my present tastes, so
I'm going to
it's
say
kind
this.
of obvious what my vote is.
I'm going to say this because it's obvious who wins here. But I'm going to say this. I think Phantasmagoria had a rough deal going against this track right off the bat. It might have had more of a fighting chance if it were up against, I don't know, Quest 64.
I'm gonna say this about Phantasmagoria at least. Phantasmagoria Puzzle Flesh the Rage. It certainly exemplifies to me the type of music I would hear from a bad B movie.
Yes.
That I would actually watch just to laugh at it with
I agree.
friends.
I think
That's a
it
very
fits the
fitting
mood.
description.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I would attach to an 80s horror film, and that's what I like about it. It has that
Meanwhile, Xenoblade Chronicles.
killer clowns from outer space energy.
Yeah, meanwhile, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 hits hard on everything I love about this sort of music. Hard symphony metal with rock, lots of chanting and atmospherics thrown in, intense boss fight sort of feel to it.
Yes.
It's definitely something that makes me imagine cool scenes with my characters in fight scenes.
Yes, so it obviously wins. Does anybody disagree?
No, not really. Well, the Phantasmagoria, it's fitting for its genre as a song, but the Mobius battle, it just hits hard and hard landing on his feet and just goes full on speed running with starting with that slowly increasing crescendo, giving us then that moment of a quiet pause before it sets off the dynamite.
It is indeed dynamite.
Rage is a nice, it's cheesy in authentic way. It Mobius, while also being as a track structurally more complex and nuanced, it also is in its mixing better, because in a Rage the lyrics are too quiet compared to the actual music.
Yes, well, there is a bit of a difference in technology compared to when these two were recorded. So, yes, that's a bit unfair. Again, I did not decide the matchups.
I have heard tracks from the 80s, and they have
90s.
80s from the older era, and I'm able to hear the lyrics all right, and they're in a match with the sound, so Rage really has no excuse.
Well, it does have an excuse because it had to be compressed within an FMV game to play on the PC.
I mean, Nintendo Switch is more powerful than PCs from the 90s.
I mean,
Yeah.
volume mixing doesn't really have anything to do with compression per se.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Can we move on to the clear winner, please?
Let's carry on.
Okay, Davar, what's happening next? What do we have here? What the... Oh,
Oh.
wow! Look what is in there! Wow! Why? I did not
What?
expect that to be there. How did that happen? I might have added a couple of silly tracks in here. Let's listen to I'm a
Yeah, I
Medieval
kind of
Man
thought you
first.
might.
I like how it starts. It starts like it's summoning a completely different tone, like it's the beginning of a boss battle, and then I'm a medieval man with the Austrian accent, and it just takes me aback. I'm a medieval man. What do you want? Okay, enough, please. For the love of God. We get the idea, he's a medieval man.
I always heard this as I'm an evil man.
I mean, I can understand that I medium evil man.
More like I am a meaty evil man. Get it? Meaty file. And now we get to shut up, the Primal soundtrack, the combat music. Please.
Oh, Kali.
Hold on. Hold on to your pants. Okay, stop. You get the idea. Guys, do you enjoy early 2000 new metal?
Nope.
Because I do.
Uh,
This is the band 16 Volt, and this is the track from the game Primal, which is an edgy PlayStation 2 exclusive with a very specific, very explicit new metal aesthetic, and it doesn't get more of its time than that in a good way. I like it.
I think I've seen a PC version of it in a thrift store.
So the choice here is between See Through Me and I'm a Medieval Man. Who wins and why? Davar? I know
let's
you're
see.
going to be biased.
So I have. Well, actually, I'm going to be double biased on this one because new metal, it's a give or take it sort of thing. It depends on who's singing and how it's composed, the tunes. And in this case, 16 Volt, the band here, with this particular piece of music, it sounds very like I've heard it before from other bands and doesn't really have much character of its own. Meanwhile, Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness, which I'm a Medieval Man is a hidden soundtrack, yes, but it
has
the music for Warcraft 2 much more stronger identity that I can vibe with, and that's talking about the entire soundtrack.
Okay, Danton.
Well, my choice is going to be obvious because I'm very biased about it. But to explain that Primal's OST Alkali is it's a metal song that I can tell basically, and it just doesn't basically have the rhythm that I like, so it doesn't really get my juices flowing. Whereas Warcraft 2's I'm a Medieval
funny.
Man, it's not just funny, it's very catchy, and it will get stuck in your head for hours. And other than the fact that this was made as a parody of Command & Conquer's I'm a Mechanical Man, and as well as the fact that it uses sound bites from both Warcraft 1 and 2 to make this track. And when you get later into the song, you get the da-boo, 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 da-boo.
Okay.
Which is,
should we skip to Dabu Dabu Devar?
I have to remember where it is, so.
You don't have to, I'm just...
There we go. Okay, that does it. That gets me. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so
I
I'm a
understand.
Medieval Man gets the vote.
Who is touching him?
In
Yes.
the game, basically,
Yes.
you can touch the units by clicking on them, and the more you click on them, they
that's
say
okay.
things to you. So that's
Who's touching me?
in
God?
reference to the player.
God is touching me in inappropriate places. Oh,
Let's
dear
get on
Lord.
to the next
Icy Pal.
judge.
Icy Pal. What do you think, Icy Pal?
Honestly, I do not feel that strongly from either of these contenders. Hold your horses there. But I'm a Medieval Man being this short, funny ditty works for its benefit, so my vote goes to I'm a Medieval Man.
Okay, well, Matti, I'm almost afraid
Now
to
you can let
ask.
your horses go.
As the Wonder Twins have already elaborated, I'm a Medieval Man has more personality in it, and Alkali is with one word bland. It's just I'm
Okay.
not a fan of this kind of rock stuff anyway. Whenever I judge rock songs, my criteria is rock song good, is am I able to hear the lyrics? And this is one of those cases where the electric guitar can be a rock song strength, but can also be its biggest weakness, and there it just covers all the lyrics just under it.
Okay.
Strumming.
Okay. So, the choice... When I was selecting this list, I had to make some very, very hard choices. Leave out some tracks that I really like in order to make room for others. It came down between this track and the one track from Shin Megami Tensei 5 that I played constantly. And I decided to go with this because I thought it was more complete as a song, as the mood that it was trying to convey. But clearly I'm the only one who likes it. But then again, I might be the only one who's ever played Primal in this chat group.
I have never played it, but I do have the comic book.
Of course it had a freaking comic book tie-in. Why wouldn't it? Nevertheless, I will give my vote to Alkali.
I think it was a promotional comic.
It's always a promotional comic tie-in. I will give my vote to Alkali to give it a vote. Otherwise, it's too overwhelming a victory for I'm a Medieval Man. So, there you go.
Yay!
Okay, next
On to the next
one.
round.
Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Yes. This is actually, I don't know exactly how to feel about this matchup. Okay, if I rush The Beacon by the Glass Pyramids. I added a little personal note there, as you can see.
Yeah.
hand clapping. Okay, so that's the only one Hi-Fi Rush track that was featured in our game show, so don't come at me if your favorite track from that game isn't here. I remind you that there is a good chance that most tracks from that game have been copyrighted. So there you go.
Yeah.
And now,
Okay,
the
let's-
Pleasure Quarter from Gravity Rush. Somebody likes violins. Okay. On one hand, we have a very popular, very famous track from a underrated cult classic, Gravity Rush, that you know it, you've heard it many times. On the other hand, we have a modern rendition of a rockabilly song, which is very catchy. Very catchy.
Could you play a couple of more seconds of the glass pyramids? Okay, thank you.
Right, so since you asked, Matti, let's start with you. What is your opinion?
Yeah, Pleasure Quarter is a kind of a nice jazz tune, and the beacon is nice in a right way grungy. What you said, rockabilly stuff?
Well, it is a more modern, hard rock, somewhat electronica background to it, but the singing style and the rhythm reminds me of classic rock songs from the 60s, or even rockabilly from the 50s. It has that extemporaneous quality to it that really grabs you.
Yeah. Yeah, the beacon does have a hard time on sticking to my memory. I asked to listen to it because I kind of forgot how it went, but I guess I still go with the beacon anyway.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
I
Matti's
just
opinion.
prefer the genre more.
Okay, Devar, what do you think? What do you prefer? I know you like damn violence.
Oh yes, I love me violins, and it's very yes, it's a very lovely jazzy beat to it as well.
The werehog comes in.
And gets put down.
But you know, I hate to say it, but I actually think Hi-Fi Rush might get me just a little more, just because it has style and personality to it.
Okay. Danton?
Well, with Gravity Rush Pleasure Quarter, I enjoy the jazzy, upbeat tune it basically presents. Hi-Fi Rush is like a literal full-on song, and fuck Microsoft for what they did to the developers.
Yes.
So I'm picking Hi-Fi Rush, the beacon.
We're picking Hi-Fi Rush the Beacon by the Glass Pyramids because fuck Microsoft. Okay, fair enough.
I see, pal.
I see, pal.
This is a tough one, a very tough one, but I will have to give my vote to Pleasure Quarter because, as others have pointed out, it has this very nice atmospheric, like you've just stepped into a jazz club. Basically, a background music as you walk around, taking in the sights and smells of the
You
area.
don't really
and
walk in Gravity Rush. But yes,
yes, you do.
you
walk in
can.
Gravity
But
Rush.
why would you? But why would you?
You float down here, or
It's a
up here,
metaphor.
or sideways.
Okay. So I'm going to say this.
And
yes.
and the Hi-Fi Rush is, the Hi-Fi Rush is very good and energetic, giving me this. It's giving me this very 80s being on a road trip vibe. Something you'd play full on from your car speakers as you drive down the highway.
Yes, this song actually played in the first cutscene of the game, so it's really the kind of song you would listen to when the film starts on the desert, car is driving, that music is playing on the radio as the credits scroll. It has that very specific energy to it, and I like it. So, yes, I just realized that this is the clash of the rushes. It is the rush of the hi-fi gravities. Both games have rush in the title. This is actually a pretty good matchup, come to think of it. Instinctively, I would have to go with Gravity Rush, because it is such a nice jazzy tune that accompanies your life journey, so to speak, and you can never get it out of my head. On the other hand, more often than not, I find myself just singing Hi-Fi Rush, The Beacon. I find myself singing The Beacon to the best of my abilities, because there is just something about it that will throttle my brain. Just puts little pin needles on the surface of my brain, and I just cannot stop. I can't stop. And this is the very, very simple reason why I have to go with The Beacon. So, 4 votes for Beacon, 1 for Gravity Rush. The Beacon wins!
Next round.
Wow. This is how?
What a knee slapper! Ooh, what a laugh riot!
You can't make this. You can't make this up, folks.
This is the Food Wars round.
One track is legitimately good, the other is the other funny choice. Listen, clearly.
So would you rather have pizza or corn for dinner?
Let's decide after we listen to it. Devar, do the honors, if you please.
My name is Mr.
Aaron,
and I'm here to say, unless you want your ass fired, stay out of my way. I'm a big fat and I make a lot of money. Shut up, sit down, and don't
sus me, honey.
Here at the Microsoft, my word is law. Do some business in the morning, then I chill out at the stall. Sit down at my computer and I drink some wine. Bill Gates wishes he could have an my house is filled with pizza, topped with and that's not tomato sauce, it's the blood of my my bed is made of money and my pillow's made of snort 800 grams of and find a something something pizza and something something bones. I evicted 40,000 orphans out of their home. Just when you thought these rhymes couldn't get any iller. Oops, I might be a serial killer.
Okay.
Utter madness.
Utter madness. But on a completely different story, let's go with Cure for Sorrow from Corn Kids 64.
Spelt with an actual 4 and not the word for.
Madness! Turn up the volume. There we go. Okay.
We've had enough.
Okay, so
Are you trying to ask us, Madhog?
right, okay, so listen. So Mr. Aranmus rap, right? I think
Yeah.
it's very, 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 very funny. It's a hilarious song within its original context. Admittedly, if you take it out of its context, it seems like utter nonsense. But on the other hand, I would like to say that by forcing you to listen to this track on our game show and gauging your baffled reactions, that alone created a new context for me to enjoy this track on a whole new level. And now it's just something that I cannot help but feel compelled to enjoy. I have two... Gee, Madhog, why does your mom let you have two contexts? That's me right now. But on the other hand, we have a real track, some very interesting vibes to it. This is the track you listen to when you open up the game. It's the menu music. And it has this ethereal quality to it. This is another game that transports you into a dream world. And if I had a nickel for every time one of my favorite games had a furry protagonist transported into some sort of dream landscape, I would have 3 nickels, Matti. So this is Corn Kids 64, and I think we can keep this round short and sweet. Who wins, guys? Devar?
Oh, it's called Kid 64 because, yes, Pizza Game OSTs is amusing, but it's only amusing at the moment, and 2, it reminds me too much of the old days of when people could download MP3s of parody songs off LimeWire.
I think that's the intended energy because, like I said, Pizza Game is very much intended to be a shitpost of a game.
Meanwhile, Core Kid 64, is the type of music I can gel with the whole dreamlike ethereal vibe it's going for.
Yes. Danton?
Well, yes, Corn Kids 64. I like the track. It presents basically the otherworldly sort of themes in its melody. I can't say no to crass humor in funny rap form. So I'm going with Pizza Game.
Yes! Okay, Matti.
Could you play Jam couple of more seconds?
Okay. I thought you were about to ask to replay the Pizza Game track.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, the Jam is a jam and a vibe, in a sense, and... Yeah,
Oh, the composer is
Mr.
literally named Jam. Would you look at that?
Oh, wait. Jam is the composer? Okay, so Cure for Sorrow is the track name. Okay.
Yes. You put the opposite. Okay.
Because you change the order you usually put in the text under the video.
I understand that it is not consistent, but I based it off what the YouTube titles for the videos were. But I
Yeah.
did go out of my way to include whomever made the tracks. But sometimes you
Yeah.
get all the information you want into the title of the video, and when that happens, I don't change a thing. Such was the case.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Icipal, what
Yeah.
do you choose?
Oh, hold on. I hadn't finished yet.
Oh,
So,
of course
Hold
you.
your horses.
yeah, Cure for Sorrow for me, and while Mr. Amnia's rap is funny and all the stuff, I think the bleeping gets too frequent, which it's kind of hurts its pacing and stuff. Just say fuck you, cowards.
I think it's funnier with the bleeping, but that's my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, so if you keep the bleeps, at least pace them out more evenly through the track.
It's here mostly because it's meant as a joke. Like I said, this and I'm a Medieval Man were the joke tracks that I added here. The difference is that I'm a Medieval Man is actually not a bad song on purpose. So,
Anyway,
Icy Paul.
Well, the Corn Kids 64, it's fine, but it doesn't really raise my interest in any specific way. Whereas the Mr. Arimnes rap is, like others have said, it's a funny shit post rap. But honestly, where it really falls flat on its face is that it is just like Matti brought up, that it decides to pussyfoot around and censors all the swearing, which considering how much there is it of it really cuts into the flow of the song, because there's just constant beep beep, long stretches of beep 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 beep.
Yes!
And it's just oh fuck me, my ears! God
The
damn it, you
bleeps
idiot!
are funny! God damn it! Clearly, you have not understood the genius of Mr. Aramis rap. You need to listen to it again. Devar, play it from the start again.
It would be funny if there weren't so many of them. Then it stops being funny and just becomes annoying.
I am going to fight you in the streets.
Oh, you would most certainly try. My vote goes to Corn Kids 64.
Okay, well, I'm going to vote for Corn Kids 64 as well, because I like it more, but still, the point stands. Mr. Arinmes is a funny song, damn it, moving on. Well, look what we have over here.
What do
Interesting.
we have here,
Why,
boys?
look, Icy Pal, it's your favorite track.
I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's a very good one.
It's the one you used for your selection, and I happen to
know.
like it, and this is why it's here.
let's give it a listen.
So this one has a long build to it. Okay, stop. We can come back to this later on, but let's listen to the other one. Meta Knight's Revenge, the remix, the Grammy Award winning track. Okay. So, very different mood, style of music and tone. I will say this. I think Heroes of Might and Magic 5, the main menu theme, is sort of the perfect, the ultimate beginning of the journey sort of epic track. It is the kind of track you hear at the beginning of, say, Lord of the Rings, right? As we are establishing the setting and the world and the stakes, and it gets more and more heavy the more the initial exposition goes on. What we are to gain or to lose if the bad guy wins, and so on and so forth. Whereas a track like the Mobius battle from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the kind of track you play when you're fighting against God. So they are, I would consider them two faces of the same coin. One is the beginning of the epic, the other is the climax of the epic. That's the argument I had prepared, just in case these two were going to be head-to-head. Such was not the case, but who knows, maybe later on it might happen. Now, Meta Knight's Revenge. It's... what else is there to say? It is catchy, it is energetic, it is very good. I would like to hear your opinion as a musician, Matti.
I heard... so for the Meta Knight's Revenge, I just think it's too disjointed in its melody, and I'm not a fan of this specific remix. I think the horns actually work better in its Super Nintendo iteration. And Heroes and Might and Magic 5's main theme, it has a nice somber feeling in it, so my vote goes for the main theme.
Okay. Devar, could you play a couple more seconds of Heroes of Might and Magic 5? Goosebumps. And now, the change. Okay, you get the picture. So yes, there is building and building and building and then death. Devar, what do you think?
So Heroes of Might and Magic 5 has this really lovely build up to it, to how it gets up to every point of the song. And obviously I really love and adore the operatics as well. Just gives a nice somber atmosphere and really sets up the stakes of the epicness of the battle that is going to probably ensue. Meanwhile, Meta Knight's Revenge is very exemplary of Kirby's aesthetic of musical style, but it's not really for me the Kirby's music most times, unless it's Fountain of Dreams. But it's not here, so I'm gonna go with Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Okay. Danton?
So I'm in agreement with Matti. This is not the best version of this track. It fits with the Super Smash Bros. Fighting game sort of style, but it is probably the worst version of it, in my opinion. But Heroes of Might and Magic 5, it's very... like what everyone else has been saying, it's very good in its build-up, and it presents almost like the beginning of a story, as you said, of setting the stakes and whatnot, of if you lose to the darkness.
That is the mood, yes.
Yes, so Heroes of Might and Magic 5 is my vote.
So, Icipal, I'm not even going to ask you what you prefer in this?
Oh yes, it's Meta Knight's Revenge. Not!
What is this, the 90s again? Jeez.
This is the starting victory of Heroes of Might and Magic 5's main team.
Yes, you can thank Paul
It's
Romero for this.
He does a lot of music for the Heroes of Might and Magic series, and he is a genius when it comes to this.
Okay.
The main team for Heroes 5 is for me at least, it's one of those exemplary main teams that as you hear it, you don't want to press the start button or start the game or anything like that. You just want to lean back on your chair and just listen to it.
Yes.
Feel like a knight in armor.
Yes, for me, that is A Cure for Sorrow from Corn Kids 64. Something about it just grabs me.
For me, it's the Doom 3 main menu music.
Yeah, okay.
For me, the number one track like that is the main menu theme from Final Fantasy IX.
Ah, interesting. Okay, and what about you, Matti? Do you have a favored menu music?
I haven't decided the absolute favorite yet, but when the question came up, I remember Mirror's Edge is Still Alive.
Ah. Even though it's very much dead as a franchise, that's an optimistic title. Anyway, it is unanimous then. Heroes of Might and Magic 5 gets also my votey vote. Sorry, Meta Knight.
Hello.
Well
Welcome
then!
to the cartoon side.
Look what we have over here! Why? It's a little tracker. This is actually a fantastic matchup. I couldn't hope for a better one.
But is he bringing in the boys?
Oh my god, yes! Oh, that's a reference. That's a callback. You were not here for Dramatis Lectio, Danton, so that's an inside joke for us.
Okay.
But anyway, so we're going to be playing Rusty Walrus from the Crash Bandicoot to Insanity soundtrack, which I remind you was done entirely a cappella. So, the people responsible for this outstanding work is the group named Spiral Mouth, which is an excellent name for an a cappella band if I ever heard one. And additional notes I posted here below the video is that this is in fact a cover of Fingal's Cave by Felix Mendelssohn, which is the colloquial name for the overture for his symphony. We've had this conversation last time, but it's worth remembering. The reason why I'm aware of Fingal's Cave, it's because it was heavily featured in the Inky cartoons. And the less I say about that, the better. But regardless, this is an excellent rendition of a classic piece of music.
Yeah.
And now we go to the track composed by My Little Pony's own Daniel Ingram for the upcoming game Billy Bustup, featured in the Var and Icy Pulse episode.
You mean
Vocals,
Danton and Devar?
The Danton and Devar episode, yes, with lyrics, I should say vocals, by Michael Kovach. Go. You've been nothing but a thorn in my side
since day one. But I
particular when I say thou is going down. I've had enough of you, so time to be my puppet. On a string, I've had enough of you. Oh, dance my little puppet.
Plaything. Okay, enough.
I think we.
So this is
Yeah, I
going
think
to
we
be
had
a
enough of that
very,
one.
very, very, very hard choice for me specifically. I don't know about you. Daniel Ingram of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fame was hired to compose the songs from this game. And yes, this is the world we live in. Who wins, Devar?
So yeah, I'm gonna go straight to it. Billy Bust Up for me, just because I love musicals and the fact that all comes together in this really neat, catchy package that makes me want to hum the lyrics and even sing them every so often, especially if I hear this song being played.
Okay, before I ask everyone else's opinion, I need to give my own 2 bits. Because I really want to vote for Rusty Walrus. Not necessarily because I think it's a better track than Billy Bustup's own track, but the reason why it's because I think that Nasty Walrus works better as a piece of music in its own right that you can listen to at your pace, whereas Billy Bust Up, the way this song is structured, it is meant specifically to accompany the action, the rhythm-based action of the boss challenge in which it is attached. Which means there are plenty of moments in which there is just the music going on without vocals, and then the vocals restart, because it's that segment of the boss battle. And to me specifically, that makes it a bit less than the more whole experience that's given to me by Crash Bandicoot's Twinsanity. Also, I'm just so darn impressed by the a cappella rendition of that. That is my argument for it. But what do you think? What does Danton think about it?
Billy Bust Up, it's a good song. I quite like it, the pace and the rhythm and the beats and whatnot. It's basically what I could imagine in a cartoon episode, as, given Daniel Ingram's experience.
Those who have not watched My Little Pony Friendship is Magic may throw the first stone.
Yeah. Whereas Crash Bandicoot, Twinsanity, it has a very unique, basically, a cappella style. One of my favorite bands is Van Canto, who are an a cappella band. So I'm going to go with Twinsanity for my vote for it, because I quite like the creativity at work on it.
Okay. Icipal, what do you think?
I'm giving my vote to Billy Bustup's I've Had Enough of You, because I really like how it comes off as if it was straight from a cartoon.
The ethos that the game wishes to emulate is your childhood's Disney classics. So this fits as a Billy song.
And while the Rusty Walrus is fine and good on its own, and being a cappella cover does give it some unique character, I like I've Had Enough of You more.
Okay, Matti, you do a cappella music yourself, so I would really love to hear your opinion on this.
Could you play I've Had Enough of You a couple more seconds? I need to hear lyrics more.
Now, the audience is thirsty for fun. Time to run. 'Cause now your denouement has already begun. That means you're done. We could both be pirates on the sea. We'll swap the deck and play a part for me. Mobs galore, you better keep it clean. Watch out now, my little friend, cause Sharkspeare's looking mean.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Whew, this is.
Do you want to listen to more of Rusty Walrus?
No, I remember it. Yeah, that is an impressive a cappella cover and has a nice use of instrument and stuff. Let's go.
Not to put pressure on you, but this is going to be the decisive vote.
Let's go
He's
with
pondering.
Billy Bustop.
Oh,
So let me recap. 3 votes for Billy Bustap and 2 for Rusty Walrus.
it was a
Well-
close call.
Sorry, Rusty Walrus, but we've had enough of you.
Oh, you know what? That's perfect. Well done. Okay, moving on.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
see.
Okay.
We see war.
We see war, indeed. You will have to forgive me because this is the most obvious choice, obvious selection I could have put in this here group. But how could I not? I featured this track on the show, so it couldn't possibly not being considered for one of the really best ones, because it is that good of a classic. Let's listen to it. From the beginning,
it is from the beginning.
you skipped Alpha Second. Shame.
That is where it starts.
Bam!
I am Mega Man, here's my Mega Plan.
Yes, I remember the lyrics too. Okay, there's going to be words to be exchanged on this round, but let's listen to Worms Armageddon, the war song 98. Wait for it. Okay. Stop. What can you even say at this point about Mega Man 2, The Wily Fortress? I know this is the single most overplayed piece of gaming music in existence. Two whole generations worth of nostalgic gamers have banged about this particular track for decades. And they are all right. I try to be the cool, edgy, alternative hipster guy sometimes with my choice of music, but you cannot go against the classics because they are the classics for a reason. This is one of the very best cheap tunes out there. In fact, this is the opposite problem that I had with the Moon theme, because while I think that the Moon theme could be improved upon, and it has been improved upon, on the other hand, I believe that any successive attempt to remix or cover the classic Wily Fortress tune has been met with diminishing returns. None of them are as good as the original is. There is just something so good and snappy about the chiptunes as they go at the speed of a freight train. And they become the embodiment of gaming nostalgia, even though I don't like Mega Man and I haven't played that Mega Man in particular. This just works. And then we have Worms Armageddon, Worms Song 98, and it's nice, isn't it? It's a very catchy little tune. It has several phases to it. In fact, Devar, if you would do me a favor and just skip to the second half, because there are vocals in the second half that we need to listen to for the complete Worms Song 98 experience.
The nuke and the disease tumbling down. If the bug didn't get you, you'd probably drowned. But the worms battled on, through hunger and pain, living to fight, just to victor again. And now it's the curtain call, the final onslaught.
You get it.
No better bullet could you possibly...
So, this is a complete track with a really enthusiastic, energetic beat to it. But it is also going against one of the all-time classics. How will it fare against it? Devar?
Come back to me later. I'm still considering.
Okay, Danton?
Worms Armageddon, the developers of this game basically live a stone's throw from me and Devar, so... But I do like the song. I just don't think it basically could take down Mega Man 2's Wily Fortress.
Yes, that's a huge ask for anybody. It's like Mega Man 2 is the mountain, and any other track is the one who has to climb the mountain. It's a Nietzschean mountain. Yeah. Ah, twist! Right,
yeah, so mine is Mega Man 2.
Yes, and Icy Pal.
As much as I like Worms Armageddon and the Worms on 98 being good, I have to go with Mega Man 2 because Wily Fortress 1, it's a classic for a reason.
Yes, I mean, like I said, you can't really bet against the Wily Fortress 1. You can try. Matti, will you try?
Could you again play the Worm song from the very beginning?
From the very beginning. Devar?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Well, that's not even the good part.
Yeah, the Mega Man music, it just goes straight to the business. It has a stronger beginning. The Worm song kind of has to fumble a little bit because it finds its groove. So yeah, Wild Fortress for me.
Yes, this is the one case, the one time in which having a good build to a payoff actually works against you. Because again, you're going against the Mega Man 2 Wily Fortress 1, and that's just payoff all the way through. Devar, have you made your decision?
Yes, I have, actually. I think the reason why I was kind of fumbling on which one to choose is because I was trying to figure out the words I wanted to say, because the Worms series has some decent music, and this is not one of them. This is not the best version of the Worms theme, in my opinion.
Again, this is the one that was featured in our game show. That's why it's here.
Yeah. I know, but still, I'm just saying, based on my own experience of the series of Worms, and even though I don't have any attachment to Mega Man at all, or its music, it is still the better one of the two in this case.
Okay, well, so everybody voted for Wily Fortress 1. What a shocking surprise. I'm going to do as well. It's unanimous then. Oh, well then. Devar, let's begin this by listening to Food, parenthesis comfort, from the game Lunistis, composed by Knasibas, I believe. Hold on. Okay, you get the idea. And now we listen to this particular track from a certain Yes video game that I might have not used a couple of times. Hold on to your headphones. Stop now. So, I understand that the raspy crunchiness of Night Survivors music might not be of everyone's taste, but I die for it. There is something so contagiously energetic about it. This hard-hitting tune that never relents as soon as it starts. On the other hand, we have what I would describe as electro swing on the side of Lunistis, which is a very, very bouncy. I believe bouncy is the best way to describe the motion that the notes take in this particular piece, which it is befitting of a platforming sequence. I don't know about you, but I am transported into a world of food and comfort when I listen to it. What do you guys think? Devar?
Lunistis' food comfort is a very bouncy theme, as you said, and of course I love the electro swing, vibes. But I have a very unique problem with this particular tune that, that feel you get where, depending on the certain music you're listening to, the time either flies or comes to a crawl. And I get that feeling with Lunistis, that something crawls when I listen to this piece.
So you think it's boring, is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry, it is.
I hate you.
Lacrimosa has this very energetic theme that splices in some classic bit tunes in there as well. Interesting mix.
Let me guess, it's the piano at the beginning that got you, didn't it?
Maybe.
Danton?
To make a long story short, Ys 8 is probably going to be my choice because I just like the music and the way it flows better for combat. The other one sounds jazzy and very sort of comfort sort of music, but it just doesn't jive with me as much as the other one.
I see, Paul.
My vote goes to Night Survivor because, like you brought up the raspiness, it's not really my thing, but the quiet piano startup for this was really nice, whereas Food Comfort is sounded kinda mid to me. Not something that really spoke to me in any way.
Oh, that's just... that's my favorite track from that game.
He just says what we're all thinking.
How dare you. Matti, please, be my ray of hope.
Yes, I shall for my vote goes for Food for Comfort, because it has this nice jazz tune, and it's not really about how much I like Food Comfort, but how much I despise the other track, because it has that... I can stand its instrumental choice. It has this nice beginning, and then it's like...
Oh, you haven't even listened to the best part! Devar, keep playing it!
Oh, God.
Yes, do!
Ugh.
Hold on! It's happening!
This specific instrument works better if it's like an octave lower and it's not the main main melody part.
Can't hear you, too busy jamming. Haters. Hold on, it's happening. Okay, so Matti, what do you think now?
Wrong choice for the main melody instrument.
Okay, so you're voting Lunistis for the worst reasons imaginable, but I'll get it. Listen, clearly Lacrimosa of Dana, Night Survivor specifically, is winning this round, but I'm going to give my vote to Lunistis because you are all a bunch of haters. Okay, before proceeding,
Maybe we just have...
No, don't say it. You know that I love Night Survivor. You know this. I brought it up 2 times for a reason. You know it's my gem. I would have probably given the vote for it myself, but only because I expected it to be the underdog, because I have gotten the feeling all throughout tonight that this kind of music is a hit and miss with you. So, here we are. You know what's really funny about this track?
What?
Now, I want you to imagine this plays during night sequences. A bunch of those night sequences have optional stealth segments. Now, I want you to imagine trying to sneak your way through a pack of sleeping dinosaurs, and then there's this music blaring in the distance. Nobody's sleeping tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't fit for that.
Oh, it's so funny.
But anyway, let's get to the 16th matchup. And that will be the final for this round.
Yes.
Let's just begin.
So let's begin with... let's give a chance to Ghost Trick, to my favorite track from Ghost Trick. Let's listen to that. Jowd. Get the picture. I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty good. It's pretty neat. And now we have It's Bugsnax! Talking about Bugsnax from the Bugsnax OST. Or, as the VAR called it, Bugsex. No, wait, it was Danton. Danton called it Bugsex. My mistake. This is the uncut version, unlike the one I made you hear.
Like a bargain kind of snack, try to catch them in your trap. Feed somebody and you'll see me out whatever we eat. Find them hiding in the sand, tearing up a ketchup patch. Come to snack to violence and discover it's Bugsnax. I heard that somewhere far off in the ocean there lies an island where the creatures roam. A famed explorer tells me they're delicious, and yet they're hitherto unknown. You might think it sounds impossible till you've seen a carrot crawl. Kind of bargain, kind of snack. Try to catch them in your trap. Feed somebody and you'll see me out whatever we eat.
It's Bugsnax! Okay, Woohoo! It's Bug Snacks. Right, so on one hand, we have one of the better examples of the Nintendo DS music chip being put to the test with a nice chip tune bonanza that recalls back to the days of yore of NES or SNES chip tuning with that da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, which I think it's pretty neat. And on the other hand, we have a full-on, very charming, very funny, very cute, and very, very fun song in It's Bug Snacks. So, where does your preference lie in this round? Devar?
My preference lies in the good old chip tunes of Ghost Trick. It just has that charm that I just love in my retro styles of sound.
Fair enough. Danton?
Well, Bug Sex, it's...
He did that on
It's Bug
purpose.
Sex! We're talking about Bug Sex.
Yes, it sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon that I sort of hear in like an opening. It's nice and cute and all, but my vote is Ghost Trick because it gives me very Maniac Mansion vibes with its chip tunes.
Ah, you know, one of my early choices for this was the main theme from Zack McCracken and the Alien Mind Benders. I decided not at the end.
Right.
But, okay, so Matti.
Play a couple of more seconds of Ghost Trick.
Okay, will do.
Okay.
So?
Yeah, I feel that Ghost Trick, while it is a nice track, it kind of repeats itself.
Oh, it is very repetitious. It loops constantly. That is its only flaw.
Yeah. It's Bug Snacks!
Oh God! Don't do that again!
The title has an exclamation point.
That is true.
Okay,
true.
That's as good a reason as any. Icy Pal?
Then my vote goes to It's Bug Snacks, because while Ghost Trick it's a fine track and gives us this sort of a supernatural mystery vibe. Danton said It's Bug Snacks sounding like it's the intro for Saturday morning cartoon really hits a spot.
Okay, so it's going down to my choice. And I'll say this, as much as I love Jowd, A Captive of Fate, from the Ghost Trick soundtrack, composed by Mosakazu... Can you read that for me, Devar, please?
Masakazu Sugimori.
Thank you, by that person. The sad truth is that I don't think I've often listened to it to the very end, because it loops quite often. So when you listen to about 1 minute, 1 minute and a half of it, you've listened to the entirety of the track. On the other hand, it's Bug Snacks! It's a full-on song that you can listen from start to finish, and you pretty much want to. So my vote is for It's Bug Snacks. So we are about to enter the second round of this bracket tournament, single elimination and whatnot. And we're going to try and pick up the pace and go on a bit faster. We're only going to play 10 seconds from each track to remind ourselves what we are judging. Other than that, let's just get to round 2, Devar. And what do we have here? Oh, okay!
This is an easy win. This is the most easy win.
This is the battle of the silly tracks. Okay, 10 seconds from Quest. Okay, you know what? 5 seconds is enough. We get it. And now I'm a medieval man. Skip to 10 seconds ahead.
medieval man.
Okay, enough. Devar, who wins and why?
Medieval Man. It's more catchy. The charm can only last for so long.
Okay, Danton, who wins?
You know my answer. It's Warcraft 2.
Okay.
I'm a medieval man.
You don't have to explain it to me. Icipal, who wins?
Quest 64, Holy Plains.
Okay, Matti, who wins?
I'm a medieval man.
Okay, I'm going to give, out of solidarity, I'll give my vote to Quest 64, but Medieval Man goes to the quarterfinals, which is farther along the way I expected it to go. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
play 10 seconds of We All Live Together, the second half, please.
Future, strong, united, working till we know the air and water flowing on.
Okay. Do we even need to play Mega Man?
Not really, no.
Okay, Devar, who wins and why?
Mega Man 2.
Okay, Danton,
Mega Man 2.
Matti.
Warframe.
Okay, Icipal?
Warframe.
Ooh, this is closer than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, me too.
Is this really all up on my shoulders? I have to decide the fate of this?
You will have to choose once again, Finland or Britain.
I am going to be the cool, countercultural hipster and vote for We All Live Together. It's very hard to decide. This is more of a throw a coin up in the air and see the result afterwards, more than a pondered decision. I'm going to go with We All Live Together in the end because it's a good song. It's a good atmospheric
I agree, it's a good song, and
song.
I don't blame you guys for choosing it.
But
Yeah,
we are wrong.
I
Is
don't
that
believe
what
either.
you're saying? Oh no! Oh no! Okay. No, Devar! Skip to the second minute! Skip to the second minute right away!
Give it a second minute.
I know. I just thought it'd be funny to when you've said, "Oh no," I had to play that part at least first.
Skip to the second minute, I beg you. You went too far ahead.
It's fine.
Okay, and
It's
then
fine.
Suda Regalia. Okay, but we haven't really showcased the best parts of each track.
It's fine. We know what the tracks are.
Okay, so...
We've already listened to them, so... Faster!
Okay. Devar, who wins and why?
Suda Regalia.
Oh, you're going to be the cool countercultural hipster for this round, eh?
No, I just love the music more than
Yep, that's
than the
exactly
final
what a
boss
hipster
music.
would say. Danton?
Oh no!
Last cyber attack Digimon story.
Matti, I already know what you feel about this track, so I'm going to assume you're voting for Paramnesiac.
Yes.
Of course. They did your boy Karl Horf dirty. That's great. Icipal.
I will have to go with Last Cyber Attack because as much as it's being heard for having that classical track at the start, when it gets to its original portion, it is better to me than Paramnesiac.
So 2-2 again.
I'm going for Last Cyber Attack. I'm sorry, it is the best final boss track of all time, minus O Fortuna. Okay. We're moving quite fast, I have to say. We are already halfway through this. Oh no! Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay,
The
Devar.
beginning and the end.
Yes, exactly.
That was Heroes of Magic 5.
Let's go to about 3 minutes in. Yes.
Yes, let's just get there.
Oh god damn it.
Soul to Robo.
It just makes me cry every time. Okay, clearly the winner. We don't have to.
wait, let's hear what the others have to say.
Okay, Devar, tell me.
I already said Soul to Robo, it wins.
Oh, oh my gosh, 10 seconds are really... 10 seconds are enough to destroy you. Icipal is drinking your tears. Assuming that means he's voting for Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Yes, I am voting for Heroes 5.
Okay. Yes, what about you, Danton?
Soul to Robo is a nice track, and I do like it, but Heroes of Might and Magic 5's epicness just gets me.
Yes, man with good taste.
I am going
Thank
to
you.
vote. I am going to vote for Recoda because you know how I feel about it by this point.
And Matti is the last one.
I don't want to be the adjudicator every time.
Yeah, I'm a fan of classical music and therefore prefer Might Have Magic's more regal feel.
No.
Yes!
Might and Magic wins! Yay!
Oh, you murdered my boy!
Betrayal! Top 10 anime betrayals! Devar, you didn't just accidentally press Solotorobo, did you?
No, I pressed Heroes of Might and Magic.
Okay, so... Oh, this is a weird matchup. Okay, play... Skip to the middle.
Of the century. So grab a journal, listen up, and make some new friends to solve the mystery. An expedition,
Oh!
13 strong,
Right, there is that part. There is that part. Listen to that part. I forgot about it.
Grumpusses who all set off, seeking out a better life on Snattooth Island. They did find a tasty quest to fill the hole that many feel inside their soul. Venture deep to reach the truth, and maybe you'll learn something too.
Okay,
Bug snacks.
it is Bug Snacks. But is it
And
surviving the night? So, Devar.
Yeast 8 Lacrimosa on this
All
one.
right. Danton.
It's bug sex!
It's Bug Sex. It's the meme, so you've got to go with the meme. Icipal.
It's Bug Snacks. I have to go with that one because while I very much like the beginning of Night Survivor, like I said before, the scratchiness of the rest of the track is not really my taste.
Matti, I already know how you feel about Night Survivor. So, would it be right for me to assume you're voting Bug Snacks?
Yeah, didn't you hear it when I yelled it at the other end of the room?
Yes.
Sure. I'm going to give my vote to Yis, knowing now that it's going to lose. So it's 3-2 for... It's Bug Snacks! Oh no.
Oh no.
No, that's
This is
unfair.
not a competition.
This is not fair! That's not fair! Okay. And
That was Corn Kid 64.
just get to any random moment into Mobius.
and
doesn't
it's
matter.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Every time you open up this track at a random point, it sounds like a completely different music. It's incredible.
So, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is winning, guys?
Xenoblade is winning on a landslide here.
Matti, do you agree with the unanimous?
Yes. Masterpiece, Chef's kiss.
Yes, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Chef's Kiss, everybody. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Okay, and you didn't hear my vote! Come on! Whatever.
I think your vote counts as Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
yes, it's going to be Xenoblade Chronicles 3, obviously.
Oh, we have two musicals now.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's go with Hi-Fi Rush first.
Down to my knees, wave upon a wave, crashing over my bow. Might be sinking, keep rolling on those waves. I keep you in the air. Oh yeah. I hear the sirens calling me, baby.
Okay. And on the other hand, I've had enough of you.
From Billy Buster.
Being you entwined is so worthwhile. But why stop there at a lion, a bear? What's wrong, my petty chair? Why don't you smile? The final act is sure to be a theatrical.
Yep, theatrical indeed.
So
now,
so hold on. I feel that to further expand on my thoughts on the matter, on the subject of I've had enough of you, you can hear it in the lyrics, in the vocals, that this is clearly meant to work with a visual element, with a strong visual element to it. Lions are mentioned, and other such animals, which you cannot see because this is a song without its original context. Hi-Fi Rush does not have that issue because you can take this track and put it in anybody's car during a long trip and it would fit right in. So I am preemptively voting for The Beacon by the Glass Pyramids. Sorry, Daniel Ingram. I am so sorry, Daniel Ingram. We're not going to help Twilight win the crown this time.
Meanwhile, I have no such issues with Billy Bustup's I've Had Enough of You because my imagination can easily help with that. And plus, like most musicals, there are a lot of elements of that sort of thing. So, Billy Bustup, I've Had Enough of You from me.
Danton.
For me, I'm a Fate of the Mind kid, so Billy Bustup.
Fair enough. Icipal?
I can imagine it in my mind, but I still think that The Beacon is better.
Do you want to listen to a few more seconds of it?
I don't need to. Does
Okay.
Matti need to?
Matty?
Maybe a couple of more seconds.
Of which one?
Beacon. Yeah, I go with I Have It Done of You. Better sound mixing.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
nice.
I sure hope somebody was counting the votes because I wasn't.
3 for I've Had Enough of You, because it was me, Devar, and Matty. And
Yeah.
Icipal and Madhog were Hi-Fi Rush, The Beacon.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
guess I've had enough of you is going over.
Not.
So this is the last one in round 2. This was very fast, refreshingly, and oh yeah, baby! Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no, my babies! My babies are fighting!
I know you don't deserve my pain again. A crossing of flows, it's so unknown. Oh no, there's nothing left to say this time.
And it's up against The Town Inside Me.
We have the gift, just can't open the box. I know all about it, no one can solve it. Unless I decide to do something about it. It's not even a case. I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though.
Okay. So my vote is going to be same old story right off the bat. And the reason is simple. While I have weaved the lords of the quality of The Town Inside Me as a song and as a story, and how it fits what it is telling you about the character. In truth, there are parts of it that I like more than others, whereas with conversely, with Same Old Story, I like all of it from start to finish. There is no slowing down, there is not a boring part, there is not a lesser part. All of it is a continuous journey. I love the musical backing, I love the singing. Even if her voice is stretched a little bit thin, I think it is part of the charm of the song, because it evokes this very specific kind of indie punk rock aesthetic, where nobody was really in tune, but they had energy and charisma to carry it to the finish. This is an excellent beat of music. The Cassette Beasts soundtrack is excellent. Go listen to it. This is my favorite track from that, but every track is great. This gets my vote. Same Old Story. Devar?
I want to see where the chip lands first on this one.
Oh, you're going... Okay, Matti, I'm actually going to ask you first then.
Okay, my vote goes for the Same Old Story for pretty much the same reasons.
Okay. Icy Paul.
I'm going to go with Same Old Story as well.
Same Old Story. Danton.
Same Old Story for similar reasons.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is much more of a landslide than I expected. Devar?
Even though my heart wants to go with Bridget and comfort her and say, don't worry, your song's good and all. But I have to go with Same Old Story.
When it comes to pure energy and fun, Same Old Story cannot be rivaled by almost anything in this list, in my opinion. So, let's advance to... Oh no!
What?
No!
I've had enough of you!
It's the same old story, me having enough of you. Let's listen to 10 seconds from each.
That was an instrumental part from Cassette Beast, which is very groovy, might I add.
Very groovy, yes.
Groovy.
Let's see, which point to go at from here?
Right in the middle. We haven't listened to the middle.
Oh, okay.
I've had enough of you.
Perfect.
No time to be my puppet on a string. I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything.
Okay. So, once again, Same Old Story for me. I am rooting for this now. I have a favorite. I have a horse in this race, as it happens. Same Old Story. Devar?
Then I will be your rival, Madhog, for I choose Billy Bustup. I've had enough of you.
Okay, Icy Pal, what do you choose? Do you want me to get back to you later, as you decide?
Please get back to me later.
Okay, Danton.
I'm going to double back with Devar. Billy Bustup, I've
No!
had enough of you.
No!
And the Same Old Story.
No! Matti, please, please.
Let me hear Same Old Story from the middle.
The middle!
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I prefer Same Old Story's more dramatic feel.
Yes! And you know my vote. So, Icy Pal,
Yep.
it's all up to you now.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
I have to go with Same Old Story.
Yes! Yes! Thank you.
Same old story it is.
Yes! Oh no! This is the matchup! This is it, guys! This is the duel of fates! This is the fight! This is the beginning of the journey versus the fight against God! Oh, this is it! Okay.
That's Heroes of Might and Magic. And then we got the challenger from the corner with the chair.
I swear, every time you hear something completely different, every time you open this track and you go to a random point, something you haven't heard before, it's there. Amazing.
It's an orchestral steel chairs to the head.
I mean,
Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Okay, thank you.
Icipal
Thank
is
you,
better
Icipal.
than
We know your vote.
Confident.
Unfortunately, I have to go with Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah.
Danton?
Come back to me, I'm thinking.
Okay, Matti?
I mean, I understand this is very hard choice.
Play Moebius Battle from the middle.
Something different every time. Okay.
Oh my god, just 2 people stumped.
Okay, who has not voted yet? Devar?
I've not voted yet.
So, do you have a horse in this race?
Go for the Might and Magic main team a little bit from the back. There, right there. There.
You mean right here?
Yes. Okay, thank you.
So, the beginning of the journey versus the end of the journey. Stylistically speaking. The Alpha and the Omega.
Go with the Might and Magic.
Ooh. Ooh. So,
Finish our joint forces.
2 for Might and Magic. Danton? Have you voted yet?
No, I haven't. Has Devar voted?
Nope.
No.
I've not voted
Okay,
yet.
it's up to you guys.
Okay, so here we are, guys. Great song. Heroes Might and Magic 5 is a great song, but it's the warm-up band for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm sorry.
Oh, you have never wounded me so.
Okay.
I've had.
Yes.
Okay, I've had some thoughts. Now, hear me out here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, yes, there's a lot of variety, but it could be classed as several songs put together to make a big song, which is basically technically a 4-on-1. So, if we go with just the simplicity of Heroes of Might and Magic 5, it's the underdog in this. It is basically confidence going to take down the boss, despite the darkness. So, my vote is Heroes Might and Magic 5.
So, so hold on. Does heroes win? Do the heroes triumph against the fight against the god?
Yeah.
Wow,
Apparently so.
I did not see that coming. This is the only time in which this track was the clear underdog, and it pulled through. But you know what? I would agree with you on Xenoblade 3 in the sense that can you even remember what a piece of the track, how it goes like? Can you hum it in your head? You probably cannot because it keeps on changing. But anyway, so it's down to, musical versus musical.
First Warframe, we all live together.
Till we're live.
together.
Right. And then we have bug sex.
Kinda bug and kinda stacked. Trying to catch them in your trap. Eat somebody and you see we are whatever we eat. Find them hiding in the stands, tearing up the ketchup patch. Come to snap to violence and discover it's bug
Snacks.
Okay, so I have to say the crunching sound effect is a very nice touch in there. Very good sound mixing. I'm voting for We All Live Together. That's my vote.
Okay. Icy Pal, what are you voting for?
We all live together.
Can we all live together to see another day after bug sex? That's the question. That's a stretch. Matti?
I mean, usually bug sex ends with the female eating the male.
It
so
depends on the bug sex.
Yeah,
not all bug sex. Hashtag. Not all bug sex. Danton?
Matty, how about you?
Yeah, we all live together.
Okay. So?
Danton?
Rich and poor, we're all alike in death, so we all live together.
Well, this is about the poor specifically, but yes.
I am definitely in solidarity with you all on we all lived together.
Okay.
Yep. Let's get
It
going
advances
with that.
to the semi-finals. What's next?
You know which hill I'm dying on.
Oh, okay. Well, do we even need to listen to this? There is an obvious, clear winner here, guys. The bar. Do me a favor.
What's the favor?
Second minute mark. Go.
Second minute.
But
Yeah.
go
Danton?
more to the back end of the song for the other one.
Chaos. In the age of chaos. In the
Age of Chaos.
two factions battle for dominance.
Okay. It's very silly and very funny. Last cyber attack. I am saddened we are not getting a confrontation between this track and Xenoblade Chronicles 3's Mobius battle, because they are very similar in that they are complex, enriching compositions that never really cease, never stop going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I'm a medieval man is my vote, and I will down this hill like Lothar did with the orcs of Warcraft 2.
Of course you are. So one vote for last cyber attack and one for medieval man. Is it going to be the last medieval man though? Danton. No, I mean Matti. No, I mean Icipal. Yes, Icipal, you. Let's go with you.
Damn it, this is another kind of hard.
Is it really?
Not a hard.
Yeah, because like I said before, this the last cyber attack is really being hurt by starting with a long stretch of
It's not-
well-known classical
It's
piece.
not that long.
But I'll have to go with the last cyber attack.
Thank you. And now, Matti,
Matti?
you are the tiebreaker.
All right.
Devar hasn't voted yet.
Has he?
Last cyber attack has weirdly started to grow on me a bit.
Awesome.
Like a fungus.
Like a medieval man.
Yeah, I'd
You've
go
been
with.
hacked.
Yeah, I will go with that. The novelty of a parody song can only last for so long.
Thank you. That's what I say. The
I'm in solidarity with my twin brother because we're going to die on this hill together.
Let's burn the hill. Okay, so last cyber attack wins, obviously, but 2 votes for. You know, it's not too shabby. I was not expecting medieval men to make it this far. It's been unpredictable. Now
the semi-finals.
Semi-finals. Now we really need to start
boy.
concentrate. Oh no. Oh,
You're telling me.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Oh, no for you because you're losing. Okay.
Okay, so
Play.
should we even listen to any of this?
Yes, let's do it. This is important. This is more important than anything ever. Let's listen to 20 seconds.
I know you won't dare stop and stare again. Your fingers and toes have turned ice cold.
And then we have Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
So
Yeah.
Heroes of Might and Magic, excellent menu music, builds itself up, it keeps on going, and then it has a fundamental change to its pacing, and I like it. It is not the kind of music I enjoy listening over and over and over again. After a while, it starts to, no offense, Icipal, it starts to grow a bit old. There is only so many times Latin chants and grandiosity can carry it before it grows a bit stale for me. And I am biased, but I'm going to say Same Old Story. It's the kind of song I can listen to it several times in a row and it never grows tiresome for me. I even listened to an Italian version of it and it's still great. There is something about Same Old Story that just captures the imagination as well as your musical taste buds. So my vote, obviously, for Same Old Story. What do you think, Davar?
Okay. I need a bit more time to consider.
Okay, what do you think,
Well,
Danton?
then
Well, I disagree with you on the whole thing, but that's your choice. But even with Icy Pal betraying me in the last round, I will still vote Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Icipal, I know what are you
thank
voting.
you.
I know you're voting for Heroes.
Yes, I am voting for Heroes because as good as Same Old Story is, and it is very good, Heroes of Might and Magic 3's main team just is
Five.
better. And
Five.
I'm with Dan with this, that this is something that I could put on the background and listen to just whole day.
Well,
Yeah, same.
I disagree with that.
No, I've not chosen yet.
Okay.
Chosen one!
Okay, let's give you a minute. Matti, do you have a horse in this race?
They are both good songs for different reasons. But play me some Same Old Story a bit more.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, there's nothing up your sleeve this time. With all of my might, I'll shut your
And
eyes.
then a beat from the middle.
You mean in the middle of same story?
Yeah.
Feeling that you get when you're never not quite alone. And I told you to take no.
Okay, yeah. There was the singer having to reach for the edge of her vocal range hurts the song, so I have to go with the Might and Magic.
Oh, wow.
3 against 1 so far.
Oh.
I feel bad because I like both of these songs, so I'm gonna go with Cassette Beast just so that it has, at least it goes down trying.
Oh. I'm happy that it went down to the semifinals at least, so I have nothing to be said about. Okay. Oh, and now this. Oh,
This is not a matchup I was expecting when we
neither
started.
did I. Is this where the last cyber attack dies, or does the solidarity of the workers end? Okay, Davar,
Okay.
just play a random part of each track. a full minute of Cybersleuth Acker's memory. Last cyber attack. Starting from minute 1.5.
Okay, 1.5. Be like 1:30.
So, Matti,
There is no contest here.
Matti, I'm going to say this to you. You are mistaken about something here. So you complained all this time about the inclusion of classical music like O Fortuna and said it did not fit the rest of the track because there is no consistent use of classical music in it. I disagree because there is. It is subtle, nuanced, hidden between all the harder beats, but you can hear it. You can hear the occasional instrument going. There is a sense, a subtle consistency that you might only notice after a few times you listen to it. So that's my piece. And of course, I am voting, as always, last cyber attack. You took out same old story, so this is my last race in this horse.
What comes to harmoniously putting classical and more modern music together, Jesper Good does it better.
Okay, but in the context of this round, you cannot say that this track isn't expertly composed.
Yeah, that's not the grow on me, so for sure.
Okay, so does that count as a vote?
No, I go with the Warframe. It has a more of an
Okay.
more consistent
I think,
of this feeling of.
I think I know where this is going, but
Okay.
Danton.
So
We all live together because I stand with the people.
Okay. Well, that's also a track I chose, so technically I'm still winning.
okay.
So, I see. Paul.
I will have to go with We All Live Together. That is just such an excellent song.
Okay. Okay,
That is going to be playing in everyone's head for a while.
yes.
And here I was going to choose Last Cyber Attack Digimon Story.
Okay.
Because
well, yeah.
because the music, now that I think about it, the music in style kind of reminds me of how Rhapsody of Fire tends to do some of their songs. Not all of their songs, but a couple of their songs use some classical music here and there. Fortuna was used in one of their pieces, actually. So it kind of seems quite funny, now I think about it, how many bands and anime shows and video games use that.
2 votes for Last Cyber Attack. 3 votes for We All Live Together. We All Live Together is on a sweep right now, I must say. Well done. Okay.
The final round.
It's time
It's time for the
the
final
finals.
battle.
The final battle between these 2 heavy hitters.
This is not the final round I was expecting.
Neither was I.
Who had dreamed of.
No.
Where was I? I was expecting something like Xenoblade or Solo Robo to get to the finals.
Me too, come to think of it.
But I
Judging
can-
by initial
something-
impressions.
I'm a medieval man to be here.
Listen, Medieval Man went as far as it realistically could. But here we are, so...
But the memes!
So since this is the very final round that decides all the beans in Beantopia, all of the victory, which track is the best in this arbitrary selection of tracks which were matched up randomly by an algorithm, which one it is the best. So let's listen to the entirety of Warframe We All Live Together.
owe this, the song of sons and daughters, by the heart of who we are, making peace to build a future, strong, united, working till we fall. The air and water flowing hard, the land we call our home. Push to keep the dark from coming. Feel the weight of what we owe. This, the song of sons and daughters, by the heart of who we are, making peace to build a future, strong, united, working till we fall. And we all lift, and we're all adrift together.
Okay.
Through the cold mist, till we're lifeless together.
Okay, you can stop now. So, how do you think, how much did the inclusion of actual visuals influenced on your decision here?
None for me.
I had to specifically use this version because the other version, without the visuals, was actually copyrighted. But for some reason, this version is not. What differentiates this version from the other cleaner version that gives me a copyright is the inclusion of all those sound effects, the ambient sound effects. And that's what differentiates it enough. If you want to listen to the clean version of this track, it is also available on YouTube. And that's that. So now we have to give a solid couple of minutes to Heroes of Might and Magic 5. I'm starting to be tired of it. But here we are. So Devar, if you please. Okay. So
Yes.
My eyes are getting moist.
okay, guys, this is time. It is the time for the final choosing of the final winner for tonight, and also our beds are calling. Devar.
Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Really? At the 11th hour, you betray We All Live Together? You betray the work effort?
Yeah.
Wow.
You,
What a bourgeoisie.
well, not everyone has voted for We All Live Together every time it was as a contender, just like with Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Both Warframe and Heroes of Might and Magic 5's musical choices are essentially atmosphere setters, essentially.
Yes, atmospheric atmosphere, I agree. I don't know what does this say about our taste in music, that the surefire winners that I thought were going to be the absolute bangers that would take over the night did not make it to the finals. Instead, we have two slow-burning, atmospheric, goosebump-inducing tracks that set the mood rather than make it explode with dynamite. That's interesting to me. So, Danton, what do you choose?
It depends entirely what mood I'm in, basically. So I would listen to both of these quite willingly. But Heroes of Might and Magic 5.
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to vote for We All Live Together. Because, like I said, I'm a bit sick and tired of Heroes of Might and Magic 5. So that's 2 votes for Heroes, 1 vote for We All Live Together. Who hasn't voted yet?
The Finns.
Might and Magic.
Heroes of Might and Magic 5 as well.
Yeah, it struck much more stronger when I was listening in silence. That's this building.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow,
believe
what does it
this.
say about us?
I don't believe this. It wins.
I wish
Heroes
I could
of
find
Might and Magic
the
5
combo of
wins.
something like that.
And you know what that means?
We've earned experience.
No. Okay, so Icipal, your track wins the game. You know what that means?
This is the closest thing I'm ever coming to actually winning this.
No, it means you won and you are the current undisputed champion of Be Confidently Wrong. Surprise!
Against all the odds, even though you had a massive advantage.
Yes! Especially
This is-
because of that. Good job! Because the previous game established a tie between Danton and Matti. Danton won the last game where Matti was conducting, and Matti won the last game when I was conducting. I needed a tiebreaker, but I also decided, what if I am sneaky about it? What if a track that these guys are backing up gets all the way to the finals and wins? Lo and behold, Icipal's track gets to the finals, which I had an inkling it might, and wins. So, you are the champion. Until next episode, that is. Hooray!
Oh, nice.
That's one way you could win a game, I suppose. Congratulations.
Oh, this was completely unexpected.
Kind of funny.
I'll take
Icipal
it.
wins! And on that high note, I think it's late, and you know what? This was so much fun. I would like to redo this sometime down the line, but
Far future when we have more tracks.
we would have to start a bit earlier than usual, considering how long it takes. Because you see,
Yeah.
this is a abridged selection of 32 tracks. I have made another bracket tournament on Uwu Fufu that has 64 tracks.
Oh no.
We're
That'll
not-
take double the time.
Yes, we are
That'll take age.
not going to do that, but I might actually take the tracks that were left off this particular bracket and put them into their own separated bracket so that we can play that instead in the future. That should do it for tonight's show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Once again, congratulations for Icipal. Your track wins.
Yay.
And you win as well. You are a winner. Kisses and hugs.
Yeah. Wait, you did it.
The superiority of Heroes of Might and Magic shows itself again.
I'm done. You're done. Everybody's most certainly done. I will see you again soon for the season premiere of Be Confidently Wrong Series 2. Let's go with that. This was some kind of season finale. And good night.
Yeah, good night. Take care.
Goodbye.
Good morning.
Together.